Good evening, good morning, everyone, wherever you're located. Shamim, nice to see you.
Nice to see you
Our
too.
first place winner from last month's contest. Are you guys getting some weird feedback from my end? Are you hearing some weird feedback at all?
Not on your end, no. You're fine.
I can't hear you at all, Shamim.
Okay. Okay, I can hear you clearly.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear. Hold on. Let me check. Yes. Hold on. 1 second. Let me check.
Okay. Um, I was getting some really weird feedback there. It's gone now, but I was getting some weird feedback. Okay. I will jump in and get started. Today, I'm actually really excited about this class that we're going to do today. Today, we're moving on from our challenge funnel that we've been working on for the past couple of weeks, and we are going to start talking about webinars and webinar funnels and what a webinar can do for your business. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to talk about the big picture here first. We're going to talk about why a business would want to run a webinar. And then we're going to talk about the top 5 things that happen that cause a webinar to fail and what sales process and the tool that is sales process can do to make sure that your webinar doesn't fail. So we're going to go over that for today. And we're going to dive into the very minimal technical stuff today. It's mostly going to be about talking about strategy and talking about just the steps in a webinar funnel. But I'm going to share my screen and we are going to dive in. So basically, a business always is looking for leads, right? That's one of the things that a business is always doing. You're looking for new clients, you're looking to fill that pipeline. And a webinar is a fantastic tool to do that. So, this here is what Peng Joon calls his exponential growth formula, where we focus on leads, conversions, average cart value, the frequency that you're selling, and then also the systems and processes that you put in place to support all of this, right? And today, like I mentioned, we're going to focus on number one. Number one is leads. Every business needs leads. And having a webinar funnel and hosting webinars is a great way to get leads. But here's the thing. Is there anyone here who doesn't know or has never attended a webinar? Does everybody know what a webinar is? Yeah, I think if you're in Peng Joon's world, you kind of have an idea of what a webinar is, right? If you don't, please feel free to unmute. There are no dumb questions here, and we can definitely give you a little overview of what a webinar is. But today, what we're going to focus on is we're going to focus on the top 5 reasons that webinars fail. Okay. So, webinars are a way for you to establish authority in your industry, gather leads, educate your audience, and also sell to them at the end of your presentation, right? But there are often pieces missing when someone is brand new in the field to creating webinars. How do we do it? How do we make sure that we're doing it right? So, we're going to go over the top 5 reasons webinars fail. And the first reason is because there isn't a clear objective stated on why people should attend a webinar. Sometimes, as experts in our field, we forget that we want to give everybody all the knowledge, right? And so we stuff too much information into our webinar. And what we really need to do is just step back and teach them one clear objective, right? We have to have one goal with the webinar. We don't ever want our audience guessing what the purpose is of attending the webinar. We want them to understand and make sure that that is very clear. What are they going to get from you to attend the webinar? Okay. So make sure that your focused goal is very, very clear. So you want to define the objective of the webinar before you create the content, right? What is the primary goal? And here are the top three. It's educate, sell, or engage, right? And that's how you're going to build your content around that one goal. Does anybody have any questions about that? No? Perfect. If you do, feel free to drop them in the chat or unmute, please. Okay, the second reason that webinars fail is poor promotion. We think that we are talking enough about our webinar. We think that we are emailing enough about our webinar. We think that we're posting enough about our webinar. We're not. We need to do this 10 times more than what you're doing it. You should be so sick of talking about your webinar. But here's the thing, not everybody is going to see every post, open every email, watch every live video that you do, see every story you post on Instagram, or however else you're marketing your webinar. They're only going to see bits and pieces of it. So you need to 10x the promotion that you're doing for your marketing around your webinar. And what I like to do is, because we don't want to start marketing our webinar too far in advance, because then people forget. So I like to do it between 3 to 5 days before the date of the webinar, and I push hard. I hit all my socials where I have big audiences. I have hit my email list. I hit my SMS, my texting list, over and over and over again with reasons why they should show up to this webinar, get registered, give them an incentive, right? If you think that you are being annoying, you're not. You're not being loud enough. I can tell you this. I see this so often, and people get so disappointed by their numbers because they don't promote their webinar enough. So please, if you are going to write 3 emails to your list, times that by 3 and write 9 emails to your list so that you're sending out emails and you're also promoting on social and you're also doing any other channels that you have. Be loud about this, okay? A webinar is a lot of work. And so if you don't promote it enough, you're not going to get enough people registered and you're not going to have the numbers to get the conversions that you want. Okay. So the third reason that webinars fail is low engagement during the webinar. Have you ever gone to a webinar and absolutely died from boredom? I have. You have to be an engaging presenter. There has to be a cadence to your presentation. There has to be entertainment. There has to be engagement with the audience. Ask for them to engage with you, to comment, ask them questions. Say things like, give me a 2 in the comments if you've ever had this experience. Tell them a story. But for God's sake, please do not bore your audience to death, because we have very short attention spans. And you want to check and make sure that they are engaged every 5 to 10 minutes throughout your webinar. So as you're presenting your webinar, put little notes inside of your presentation to make sure that you stop and engage with your audience so that you can sort of take a temperature of the room, see if people are getting excited, see if people are dropping off or getting bored, and use things like polls, question and answer sessions, chat participation to get people involved in what's happening during the presentation. Okay. Number 4 is technical issues. Like I said, hosting a webinar is a lot of work, right? It's so much work. And if you, if I can make one thing clear, please test your webinar funnel to every degree possible. You want to make sure that it is running like a well-oiled machine. And you want to also check to make sure that your audio and your video quality is really good. If you've got some kind of feedback on your microphone, or if you've got some kind of weird visual happening, people get frustrated and they're not going to hang around to watch. So you want to make sure that all of that is running really, really well. Okay. And please do not ever host a webinar by yourself. Always have a support team member who can, help you out in the back end, help you in the chat, answering questions that people may have, or bringing things to your attention while you're presenting. So please don't ever do a webinar by yourself. And promise me that you will test and test and test your webinar, your workflows, your registration pages, your audio, your video, everything before you present. Okay? And the last reason, and this is one that we help you with so much inside of sales process, is ineffective follow-up. So often what happens is you will have presented your replay, or sorry, your webinar, and maybe you send out one email to the people who registered for the webinar, and you send them a link with the replay. Okay, so you have sent them that one email, and what if you don't get any conversions? Nobody goes through and purchases what you're selling them at the end of that webinar. You need to be following up and putting systems in place to be able to say, how long are they watching my replay? Who watched 50% of my replay? Who watched 75% of my replay? You want to speak to those people very differently than you want to speak to a person who spent the first 30 seconds of the video watching the replay and then bounced, right? So we have systems that we can give to you inside your sales process account. Those are the workflows that we can give to you that is going to make your follow-up so tight that you won't lose anybody, right? So you want to create that follow-up strategy that feels super personalized. You want to make sure that your automations are based on attendee behavior. What I mean is, do you have measurements in place to be able to measure how long they're watching that replay? Speak to them at different points, right? And you want to make sure that you're following up more than once. You don't want to just follow up once and then not follow up again. You want to have a follow up in place. And you don't ever want to do this manually. Like, you want this system set up so that it runs by itself in the background. And so that's what sales process does. We give you those templates, we give you those workflows so that all you have to do is put your content in there, and you have these systems that will work for you and support the webinar that you put on. Does anybody have any questions about the top 5 reasons that webinars fail? Any questions? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch my screen, and we are going to jump into sales process itself. And we are going to go in and take a look at a webinar funnel. And we're going to spend the majority of today talking about the pages and what needs to be on the pages to help your webinar run effectively. Okay. Now, we provide, through sales process, we provide you with a webinar template and all the workflows. I've mentioned that a couple times. We're going to go and take a look inside of your sales process account. Just going to move this over a bit. Here we go. In Sites, We are going to go and look at a webinar sales funnel. Now, if you type into your sales process account, just type in webinar. The one that I'm using is dated November 2nd of 2024. Does everybody have that webinar template in their funnel or in their account? If you do not see that template in your account, please reach out to support@salesprocess.com and we will get that put into your account. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that webinar funnel and you're going to clone it, and then you're going to give it its own name. Okay, so you're going to give it a new name from the templated name here. The name that I gave it was this one here. This is my webinar, my demo webinar. And then we're going to open up that funnel and we're going to talk about the different steps that are in that funnel. Okay, so we have our funnel here, the webinar sales funnel. The very first page of your webinar funnel is the registration page. So this is where you're going to drive all of your traffic to. If you're using Facebook ads, Google ads, if you're promoting on social media, through your email, this is the page that you want to send everyone to register for your webinar. And what does a webinar registration page look like? It looks like it's not very big. It's actually quite small. It's just talking about the three things or the four things that they're going to learn if they attend this webinar. You're going to talk about the goal of your webinar or the result that they can achieve by attending your webinar. That's what your headline should focus on, right? You can have a countdown timer on there to show when the webinar starts, how many days. You can put in time zones. I highly recommend if you know your audience is global or even nationwide, it's good to have time zones for everybody so that they know it's easier for them to figure out what time everything is happening at. And then, of course, you're going to have a button on your page for them to register. And for this webinar funnel, it opens up a pop-up for the person to come in and register and put in their name, their email, and their phone number. Okay. Now, I will tell you that it is absolutely worth it if you plan to run a webinar to get your SMS texting set up. It will increase your show up rate for your webinar exponentially. I absolutely will not run a webinar funnel without having the texting set up because you can text them a reminder. You can text them the link to join your live webinar. You can text them the replay link. And how many of us walk around with our phones in our hand, right? We have those with us all the time. And so it is a very effective tool to be able to text those reminders and those follow-ups to the people who register for our webinar. So I highly recommend getting that set up before you promote your webinar funnel. And we have training on how to do that inside of the Sales Process University. Depending on where you're located, there is regulations that you have to follow. So in Canada and the US, we have very tight regulations here that you have to get approved first before you can send any sort of text message marketing. And I know over in the UK, they also have those regulations. And I'm not sure about anywhere else, but you could check with your country regulations and just see if they require you to go and do an approval first before you can do any sort of text message marketing. Okay, but I highly recommend it. It is worth the trouble because once you have it set up, then you can use it over and over and over again. That, that setup can be a bit painful just to go through that approval process. But it's absolutely worth it because it will exponentially increase your show up rate and your conversion rate for your webinar. Okay. So the registration page, here's the opt-in. You opt in, and then it's going to go to the webinar thank you page. This is just a registration page that says, thank you for registering. You can put a video on it like Peng Joon does. You can, put some kind of get ready steps here, right? Encourage them to block out however long they need to view your webinar. Encourage them to use their desktop and watch it from their desktop, not their cell phone, right? And of course, we are going to show you through the workflows that we give you how you can keep them excited during the wait period from when they register to when they actually watch the webinar. And, if you've got anything else that you want to promote on that thank you page, absolutely, you can do that. If you have a YouTube channel that you want to invite them to subscribe to, you can do that. I see the thank you page of any funnel as underused real estate by most people. A lot of times people will just say, "Great, you're in. Thanks for registering." And you really have an opportunity to showcase yourself here in a video, let them get to know you a little bit better, encourage them to do different types of actions, and also bring them further into your community by asking them to follow you on Instagram or subscribe to your YouTube channel, right? That's all a part of bringing them more into your world. And so the thank you page is a great piece of real estate to do that from. Okay, so we've got our people registered, right? So what's the next step in the funnel then? The next step in the funnel is actually the replay page. So people will say then, okay, well, where do I host this webinar? If it's going to be a live webinar, and please don't ever run an evergreen webinar until you have run a live webinar and know that it converts. Okay. Always, always, always run your live webinar several times to number one, perfect your presentation, perfect your pitch at the end, perfect your process so that your automations and your follow-up and your workflows all start to come together seamlessly. And then once you can get conversions during a live webinar, then you can change it to an evergreen webinar. Because here's what's going to happen. Let's say you have a 4% conversion rate, which is amazing. That's amazing for a webinar. We're happy with 4%. As soon as you take that live webinar and evergreen it, that conversion rate's going to drop because evergreen automatically will convert at a lower rate than a live webinar will. That's just the way it works. So you never want to evergreen your webinar until you have perfected your webinar live. I worked with a client. She was a multi seven-figure client. She did her webinar every 2 weeks for an entire year. She ran her webinar live. Then she put it to evergreen. And it worked. It worked for a long time. She ran that evergreen webinar for 18 months and she did amazing with it. But she perfected her presentation and her system, her webinar system. She perfected it by going live every 2 weeks to do that presentation before she took it evergreen. So just something to keep in mind that webinars are often presented as set it and forget it kind of things. And they really do take a lot of work on the back end, but can be totally worth it. So you would, the person comes in, registers, they land on your thank you page, and then what happens is they'll receive an email with their confirmation, right? Those are the automations that we'll talk about in the next session. The on Thursday, we'll get into those workflows. But in the meantime, you're going to host that webinar on Zoom or Google Meet or your preferred sort of virtual webinar platform, right? So you're going to host that there and you're going to record it. Once your live webinar session is over, then you're going to come to the webinar replay page, and this is where you're going to upload your recording. And let's take a look at the replay page and what are some of the important components that every replay page has to have. So we're going to look at this. This will be the link. This page will be the link that you send out as your webinar replay. So it's going to have a little bit of a headline at the top, just once again, reiterating what the goal of your webinar is. And then here is the replay that they can watch. Always, always, always provide them with the ability to watch the replay at a faster speed. Okay? Let them be able to watch it on 2x, right? Give them those options when you set up your video on inside the builder. And I'll go back to that page and we'll go over that. So here's your webinar replay. And then here you have the button. Okay. So here is the button that they're going to do. They're going to watch your webinar. And then this is going to be come and grab this amazing program before it's gone, right? So you're going, those are the two most important things on your replay page. Your actual video component, the replay webinar video, and then the button to take them to purchase. Okay. You don't need a lot of information on your replay page. Your replay page is very short. It is a small headline at the top, your video, and your button to purchase. That's all you need on there. Okay. So let's go take a look inside the builder at the actual webinar replay page. And I want to go over some of the video components of the replay so that we can talk about how we want to run, how you want to upload this video. Okay. So here's the replay page. And here you are definitely going to want to host your video, your replay recording inside of your sales process account. If you host it somewhere else and just embed it on the page, you cannot track view time with the automation. So it must be a hosted video that lives inside of your sales process media library. Okay? Because we want to be able to track how long do they view the replay video. So again, this is because you have the opportunity to like use YouTube or Vimeo or Wistia. You can embed a video, but please use the hosted video component because then that's the way we can track how long they watch, how much they watch the replay. Okay. So it's always going to be the hosted video. Then here it talks about your playback controls, right? Remember how I said, I don't know that I would put autoplay on. I think I would shut that off. That would be my autoplay a lot of times in a lot of like Apple devices doesn't work anyway. You have to press play with a lot of them. So it's only in certain devices that autoplay will work anyway. So I would shut that off. I definitely want them to be able to have the speed control. Why do I want them to have the speed control? Because people like to be able to watch videos on a faster rate than what you normally would So if you were just talking, right? If it was just um, live. So I would definitely turn that on. Um, I would shut off the pending time because then they're going to see, oh, well, how much longer is this video going to be? I would just shut it off and let them just watch. And this, you have the opportunity, if they wanted to scroll down the page, you could put it picture in picture, but on a replay page, it's a really short page anyway. So I wouldn't turn that on. And then you want to disable the progress bar for tracking the videos, okay? So we're going to disable the progress bar. And for tracking videos, disable progress bar for best results, right? And this, you also have controls in here so that only registered webinar participants are allowed to view the video. And basically what that does is the system can tell as soon as they land on the page if they're actually in your sales process system. So you can make sure that only registered viewers can watch the replay. And then if they're not registered, you could send them to the registration page to register for the video. So there's all kinds of controls in here that you want to take a look at when you're setting up your replay page in your video for your video here. And then of course we want to make sure that our button is going to go to our next step, which is our order form. Okay, so we're going to ensure that this button is going to go to the next step to take them to purchase. Does anybody have any questions about the replay page or any of the controls that we've talked about here tonight? No questions? Okay.
Until we
So
do the audit, Tamara, sorry.
what we're going to do is we are going to talk about our homework for today. So today, what I want to focus on is really nailing down your clear goal for your webinar. What what is the goal, or what is the reason why someone in your audience should attend your webinar? That's what you want to craft your headline around, right? So if you take a look at Peng Joon's headline here, it says, discover how I generated silly money with sales videos, webinars, and ads that changed lives from all around the world using the one good pitch framework. Okay. So inside of that headline, what you can see that what he's trying to do there is he's trying to show them that with this framework that he's going to teach them about, they have the opportunity to change their lives with creating more income in their world, right? By using this framework. And so people who are interested in earning more money, earning more income, are going to want to learn to know what is this framework, right? That's something they are going to want to attend. They're going to say, yeah, I want to know what that framework is. Maybe if I create that framework in my business and use that framework, I will be able to also earn silly money, right? So that's how you kind of want to think about your headline. Does anybody here have plans to run a webinar? John, you do? Do you want to do you want to just workshop with us right now? Like sort of what your headline might be to get people to register for your webinar?
Um, yeah. So, how to use theatrical
I
public
can't hear
speaking?
you. I'm sorry.
Oh, you can't hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
That's the problem. Same system. Can you hear me now? No?
I can't.
Okay.
Does anyone else hear him? You can hear him, Shimon?
Yeah, I can
Oh,
hear
okay.
him.
Okay, hold on a sec. Let me try what's
Hmm.
going on with my. I'm gonna try taking out my earbuds here. Just one sec. Can you talk now, John? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. The voice quality has changed, but I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Ah, we can hear you, Tamara. Can you hear me?
I'm gonna stop sharing 1 second. Let me try my audio here. Um, can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, we
Much
can
better. Oh,
hear you.
better too. Okay, I
Oh,
think it was
nice.
my earbuds. I apologize. I'll take those out. Um, what's your webinar going to be about?
How Okay, I had a very nice headline. It's not loading right now on my sales process. But how to speak on stage using theatrical methods and also make money speaking on stage. Something on those lines.
Okay, okay. So you've got my curiosity up. As soon as you said with theatrical methods, I was like, oh, that sounds. I've never heard, speaking on stage with theatrical methods before. That sounds, interesting to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and so when you do your presentation for your webinar, what
Mhm.
is your pitch at the end of your webinar?
Is to join my membership program, which teaches them how to build their credibility as a speaker, conduct events, and scale their business.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's very concise and clear. That's very good. Is anyone else here thinking of running a webinar for their business? Okay. Well, it's always what I love about the webinar vehicle inside of a business is the ability to capture leads, right? People love to learn. They are very interested in learning new things. They're very interested in, especially if you've dialed in your audience really well. Um, you you can use this opportunity of hosting this webinar as positioning yourself as the authority in your industry, right? Like you're going to teach them something that they need to know. So there's so many different things that a webinar can be good for: positioning yourself, getting leads, and also selling, right? So the homework that we want to work on for this week, for this session here, I'll go back to sharing my screen. I want you guys to go in to the registration page, and I want you to craft that headline that is going to make it super clear about either the aspirational goal or the thing that's going to make them want to attend, right? Get that headline down into really plain English, and concise so that they can easily, read that headline and make that decision and say, yes, like I want to sign up. And then I want you guys to like create that image here of what you would put here. Is it a picture of you, like especially for John, is it a picture of John on stage speaking, or is it of someone else on stage speaking that maybe one of John's students? And then you can decide if you want to have a countdown timer on here to show when the webinar starts, showcase how the time zones that it's going to be in, if your audience is national or global. Make sure that you make it clear when the time it is that's going to be. And then you want to make sure that your button is set up so that your form will come up in the pop-up. And you're going to want to edit this as well so that it has the title of your webinar here and your information here. Okay? So I want you to take a screenshot of above the fold of the webinar registration page with your new headline, your new image, and then also take a screenshot of the pop-up settings for your form. So you have your image here for the title of your webinar and this form. You can continue to use this form. That's fine. You don't have to create a new one. And just give me a screenshot of that. Okay?
Tamara, I have one doubt.
Yes.
This one is for the recorded webinar. Now you suggest that we do live webinar before we do. So what
Yes.
do we do after the thank you page? Is it a Zoom link, like from the side of automations?
Yeah, so we are going to go over all the automations on Thursday for the webinar, but to answer your question, you would do your live webinar on Zoom and you would record it there. Then you would upload your replay so you're going to upload your webinar replay to your replay page, right? It's going to live here. And the link that you would send to them in the email to check out the replay is going to take them to this page here. So how do we send them just to that page? We're going to go back into the settings of our funnel here. And we're going to attach a domain. And we're going to call this. Okay, and as soon as you attach the domain, then each page is going to get its own link, right? And so what I would do is after that's attached, I'm going to go to the webinar replay page and I'm going to copy this link. And that's the link I'm going to send them to in the email. That's the link I'm going to use to send out my replay message to everyone that registered.
No, sorry. My
No.
question was even before this, because
Okay.
once they register for the webinar, I want to invite them to my Zoom live.
Oh, yes. Yes. So within your registration workflow, and we can jump in there. We've still got, let me just double check the time. Yeah. Oh yeah, we've got time. We can double check we'll go through that registration process. So let's go here and we want to go actually to webinar. And we'll just give this a second to bring up the webinar workflows. I'm going to stop sharing because it makes my screen faster. Hold on one sec. Okay, there, it finally came up. Okay, I'll share again. Okay, so we would want to go to the webinar registration. So opt-in webinar, successful opt-in sequence. Okay, so this is where we're going to open this. And in this workflow, so this is where they opt in, right? So we put in here, this is the form submission that they are sending. Now this says order form, so I would definitely change this. I would delete this. And this may be changed because I do a lot of things in here, but it's usually form submitted is your trigger. And then I'm going to tell the system which form it is. So I'm going to search for my, let's see, actually, I'll go webinar. And I'm not sure which one it is, but it's going to be the webinar registration form. Okay. And I'm going to save that. So anytime they fill out that webinar registration form, this is going to fire off. So you can add a contact tag, update a pipeline or opportunity. In your opt-in confirmation email, let me just see if I can grab one here. There's so many templates in here. Challenge. Let's see. My search didn't bring up anything, but I just wanted to show you an example of a webinar funnel. No, it's not going to show me. In this here, in this email, John, this is where you're going to put your Zoom link that they need to attend.
One thing I did was I did webinar funnel for the first page, and automations I took from virtual events.
Virtual what?
Virtual events automations.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I took that because that was announcing about this time, login, reminder sequence.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Can I do that? That works?
You can definitely do that. Just make sure that your template has your link in it, like your Zoom link.
Zoom link.
Yes. So I would craft an email here basically that says, you know, amazing, you registered for the webinar. Here's the date and time. Here's a link to add it to your calendar, because if you put that in, that also helps, right? That also helps them. If they add it to their calendar, that's a great reminder for them too. You can also, here you can send them an email, and you can also send them an SMS if you have set up your SMS texting, right? Inside of your sales process. So this would be like, you could put in their first name. And remember that texting is much shorter than emails. We don't want to write a great big long email. Right? So we want to save the date. And then I'd put in here December, whatever, 25th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I always put the time zone, and then join me. And you would put your Zoom link here then, right? Join me here in a text. Same thing with if in the email. You're going to say, save the date, join me here, right? And so you could put an SMS and an email, both.
Done.
Right on top of each other. And like I said, if you're going to do, or in John's case, actually, probably what would be better is WhatsApp message, right? Because that's how you speak to your people anyway, right? Is through WhatsApp. So on your registration form, you may want to put in there, instead of phone number, say WhatsApp number when they register, right? And then that way you can send them an SMS through, or sorry, a message through WhatsApp. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happens is there is going to be wait steps, right? So you're going to wait until a certain point, and then you're going to send them another webinar email. Either it's a reminder, or it's talking about, you know, what's going to just getting them excited about what they're going to learn at the webinar so that they don't forget, right? It's always keeping that communication line open with them until the date of the webinar. So we're going to dive into the workflows. We're going to get really granular with them on Thursday during the CRM Connect call. This call was more about just the pages in the funnel, but did that answer your question, John, with regards to
Yes,
the
yes,
Zoom link? Okay,
yes. This is so
awesome,
thank you.
awesome, awesome. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions about any of the homework or anything that we've covered here today?
I have a technical problem.
Okay, tell me
Uh,
about it, John.
yeah, so I had a domain for my client portal first, and then I changed the domain for the client portal and used that domain for my site right now, for my funnel.
Ah, okay,
But now when I open my funnel, it still opens my client portal.
okay. Um, is it okay if I go into your account and have a look?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go into your settings and I would go to domains here.
Huh.
And which one is it that you're using for your funnels now? That was your portal domain before.
SIA, the
SIA?
first. Yeah.
Okay. So here I'm going to go and check which is the default page. So right now it doesn't have a default page. So let's tell the system which page of your funnel do you want it to go to?
The speak and get rich through events.
This one here, the
Yeah.
opt-in page?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to set that. We're going to save that. And so do you now have a client portal domain
Yes.
or no? You do. You have a
That
different
one
one.
is academy.johnpradeepjail. That's my.
Oh, okay, perfect. Good. Okay. So now let's go back to your sites and we will see here. It should
This
be
is.
this one. Is it
Yeah.
this one? Okay.
Yes.
So now it's this. So what I would do is just go like this and grab this. And then I'll put it in another tab. Just have to bring this down here so I can see what I'm doing. We still have an error. Let me go see. So we changed it there and we made it the opt-in page. So that should be that one. Let me go back and just double check. This one here. That's stuck. Okay, good. Then I'm going to try, make sure that's all that. Proceed, generate. Okay. And I want to make sure your client portal is actually disconnected. So I'm just going in here. See, it's still here.
No, down there, the custom domain. That's what is active right.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Why does that show up there? Okay, so this is. Yeah, it's already used, but that's okay because we've got this as set up as the. I want to make sure it's working. Let me just double check it. Yep, that's working. Awesome. Let's go back to sites. Sometimes it takes a little while once we make those changes to the default page settings, but we'll go back there and just double check again. Hmm. Let's see if I bring this up. 404.
Should we do .com/ speak and get rich like the domain that we put there?
That's what I did. So that's what I copied from the
Correct.
first time. So I grabbed this and
Mm-hmm.
it was still,
Oh, yes.
yeah. So I just grabbed that and put that. I'm gonna try an incognito window and see if that helps.
Mm-mm.
Nope, still getting a 404. Okay. John, let me take this to our developers because I've done everything that I can on my end.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take it to them and see what we can do. Right after
Yeah,
this call, I'll jump on with them and see if we can get that sorted out.
great. Thank you so much.
Uh, I also wanted to let you know, John, that as
Mhm.
of this week, you can
Mhm.
now accept Razor Pay inside of memberships.
Nice. Okay.
Yes. So I remember before you were trying to do purchases inside of the memberships using Razor Pay and you couldn't, right? Because it wasn't
Mm-mm.
available. It's available
Yeah.
in there
Oh,
as of
nice. I do a check.
yes.
We have like 3 more minutes. I have one more doubt.
Yes.
Uh, the doubt is inside the communities, there are possibilities of sending emails from there itself to create an event and all that. I have a message there saying those are chargeable emails. Are they still part of the same email package that I have, or is that separate inside
Yes.
client portal?
So you will be charged for those emails. Like if we go to your communities, if we go into
Mhm.
settings here,
Yeah.
um, if you're in your actually your communities here, any sort of communication that you send is a chargeable email. So it's like the 0.0000675 cents per email that you send out.
That's the
So
same as the automation emails that I send, no? Or is
yes,
that different?
yeah,
Same.
it's the same. It's the
I
same
don't
price. Yeah,
done. Then.
yeah,
Great. I don't have to worry then.
no,
I'm done.
yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'll email you as soon as I get off with the development team for your 404 error there.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. So before we wrap up, guys, I'll just go over the requirements for the homework again. It's just going to be a screenshot, and I will just switch back to my demo account. We're going to have a screenshot of that above the fold for your webinar funnel with your amazing headline, right? We want to see that amazing headline that you craft, your image. You can put the countdown timer on if you want. And then also send me a screenshot of your pop-up with your image here and your form for registration. Okay? Post those in the group and tell us what, if you were going, I know there's some people here who have no plans to run a webinar, but if you were going to run a webinar, what would your goal be? What would your goal be? Would it be to collect more leads? Would it be to position yourself as an authority in your industry? Or would it be to create more sales? And maybe it's all three. It can be all three at once if you want. But just let me know in your post in the Facebook group what your goal is with running a webinar if you were going to. And is everyone aware of the prizes and how to participate in? I see a couple of new names here. Barath and Margaret. I know you guys are new, so let me just go over the actual contest itself. I'm going to share my screen and we will go over and discuss just the contest here. I'll move this back up. Okay. So the contest itself is called Sales Process Wins. And every month we have a contest in the Facebook group, and there's 3 prizes that are awarded to the people who post their homework from office hours. So every office hours that you attend and you complete the homework and you post it into the Facebook group, that is 1 entry into the contest, okay? And so this week or this time, this class for funnel forging, you're going to build a webinar registration page and you're going to take some screenshots of the above the fold and the form and put those in there. And if you post that within 48 hours of the office hours call, that qualifies as an entry into the contest. Okay? So you just need to build that webinar registration page. And really, it's not even building it. You're just swapping out Peng Joon's headline for your own headline, Peng Joon's image for your own image, that sort of thing, right? Okay, so the prizes for this month are the same as they were for last month. And we actually have 2 of last month's winners here. We have Shamim and John. Shamim won first place last month and John won third place. So it's very doable to win the contest. And the first prize is an exclusive hot seat coaching session with Peng Joon. He will take a look at your offer. He'll take a look at your sales funnel and any kind of traffic that you're running to your funnel, and he will tell you what he would do. He will give you a strategy session and tell you what needs to be optimized or changed and how he would run it if it was his offer. Okay? That's first place. And you also get a ticket to the Internet Mastery Retreat Live that he is hosting. It's a live event that he's hosting in Q1 of 2025. You get a ticket to that as well. Second place is a one-on-one traffic and ad strategy session with Marcus. Marcus is the genius behind Peng Joon's ads that he runs for Facebook, for Google, for all of his ads that he runs. And you get to take Marcus, and Marcus will sit down with your offer and he will tell you how he would optimize your ad strategy, how he would use some different advanced traffic strategies to run traffic to your offer, and also what he would recommend for split testing for your offer. And second place also includes a ticket to the Internet Mastery Retreat Live 2025. And then third place is a ticket to the retreat. This is a live event that Peng Joon's hosting. You absolutely want to be there. These live events are life-changing. I've told others here at the class that going to a live event will change your business. It really will. So you definitely want to be there for that. So all you have to do is in the next 48 hours, you're going to post your homework in the Facebook group. And you're going to include the screenshots that I requested. And then you're going to sit back, and at the end of December, we're going to announce the winners. Okay? So you can come to office hours 5 days a week. We have an office hours Monday through Friday. They're different topics, different events. They also post the calendar with the topics that they're going to have inside of the Facebook group monthly, so that you can see what is happening every office hours. And every office hours host will give you homework to post to enter into the contest. So I host the 2 calls on Tuesday and Thursday. The name of my calls is the Tuesday call is called Funnel Forging. The Thursday call is called CRM Connect, so Customer Relationship Management. That's what we sort of cover, is like the process for your clients in the back end. That's what I host here. And then you can also attend Monday, Wednesday, and Friday there's other hosts that come and host calls and go over homework and talk to you about how you can use sales process to optimize your business. So that is how you can enter to win. And then, of course, in your post, don't forget to include the hashtag sales process wins. That's how we sort of keep track of everybody's entries by using that hashtag. So you can use that in your post, and that's how you can get your entry in to win. So I hope everyone enjoyed today's class about webinars. Next class on Thursday, we're going to dive into the nitty-gritty of the workflows and just show you the systems that we can give you to make this really optimized to ensure that people, number one, show up for your webinar, number two, watch that replay, and number three, you can continue to follow up with them after that replay and try to convert them to a sale. So we'll give you those systems after that. All right. Thank you guys so much for attending tonight.
Yeah.
And
Do you have replay every time, like for the class, even if you cannot attend? Like sometimes it's too early in the morning. I'm in California, and so it's very early, sometimes at 5. So
yes.
So I
So
can't really
inside of the Sales Process University, you can find all of the replays from the office hours. And they are categorized by the name of the office hours. So, like I mentioned, the name of this office hours is called Funnel Forging. The other call that I host is called CRM Connect. Then there is on Wednesday, it's called Feature Fiesta. Okay, and then so you have to look into that category of the Sales University to find it. I can show you here. I'll do a quick share.
Thank you so very
I'll
much.
just show
I
you
love that. I love your training. You're very good.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so inside of the Sales Process University, if we go over here, let me just see if I can get that to come up. So then I'm just going to go and log in. And it's just taking a minute here to bring up the screen. I'm going to stop sharing here for a sec because that'll speed it up. Just one sec here. Sorry, my computer is slowed down here. Or Sales Process has, one or the other. Here we go. It finally came up.
I tried to join one of the class, and then it is not even, like it is from 5 to 6, but then, like I sign on, and then it says that waiting for the host to start, and I thought it start at 5, so it is after 5, and I couldn't get in. And then later
where
on,
are you located, Margaret?
Huh?
Where are you located?
I'm in California.
Okay, so I'll show you what the time zones in just a second here. I want to show you where you can find the replays here. So we're going to go into the Sales Process University, and then I want you to go here to there's a little micro
my library
search function, and then you just put in here office hours. Okay. And then click on the very top one that comes up. And then you're going to be taken to the office hours module, and you're going to see Funnel Forging is the top one. Okay. And that's going to have the latest Funnel Forging replay. Then if you want to look for another office hours, you have to find the name of the office hours. So just keep scrolling down here. Then you'll see Feature Fiesta. That's Wednesdays, office hours. So you will find the latest Wednesday call right here. Then if you want to see the CRM Connect calls, which are on Thursdays, keep scrolling and it'll be a different color. So we just go down here to CRM Connect and it's right here. And this will be the latest replay here. Okay. So they're always in the categories of the name of the call that they're in.
Okay, so there's the three of them is Feature Fiesta, CRM Connect, Watching Funnel, and then what is the other 2 days?
Sorry,
The
my
one that
dog
you
is
are
barking.
hosting. What is it called?
This one is Funnel Forging. This one here today is
Yeah.
called Funnel Forging. And the other one that I host is CRM Connect.
Oh, okay. CRM Connect. So
Yes.
Funnel Forging and CRM Connect is yours.
Yes,
So,
those are the two that I host. Okay.
yes.
And then, so I'll just show you here, if we go back out and if we go back into sales process here, I'll stop sharing because my computer has slowed down a little bit here. Just one sec.
So is there 5 different titles? So this is only 3 of them. So is that different name for the other 2? Like
The
from Monday
Monday
to Friday?
call is called Launchpad Mondays.
Launchpad. Okay.
Yes.
Launchpad
And so
Monday.
let me just share my screen again here, Margaret, so you can see the times. So Monday.
Sorry to take you over your time.
So Mondays, so if you're in California, that's Los Angeles time. That's at 5 a.m.
Yes.
And so today is Monday. So you said that when you went, they were not there. There was nobody there?
No, I don't know. I try to sign on, and then later on, I think there's a person there, but then he closed early. He closed like 15 minutes early. I just got on a little bit and he left.
Oh no. Okay. Good to know. So yeah, so then funnel forging for you, it would be at 5 o'clock at night.
Okay. Yeah, it is really hard for me to come on 5 o'clock. So I try to come on the one that start late.
Yeah, sure. That's totally fine. I also do one, this is really early in the morning for you. It's 4 in the morning. So don't come to that one. Just watch the replay.
No. I am not coming.
Yeah. Don't come to that one. That one's too late. That's too early.
Too early. And then the frequently asked question is on Friday, huh? So this is called frequent asked.
Yes. FAQ Friday. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
It is also early. It is so that's why I'm trying to come only 2 days like at 5 o'clock or something for
I think these 2 times are probably the best ones for where you're located. It's probably otherwise I'd watch the replays for the rest.
Yes, otherwise I will try to watch the replay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You are very generous with your time. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you for attending and asking your questions, and we're here to support you. So good luck with your homework, and I wish you all the best with the contest. I'd love to see you win.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think I will join that yet. I have so much to learn. I don't know. I am just beginning to,
and that's okay. That's okay. You can just take it little bits at a time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, little bits at a time.
Thank you. And then with all the replay, then it will help me out because I did not know that there are replays. And then I thought, if I don't come, then I won't be getting anything. So I sometimes try to join for whatever time I can have. But right now, it's good to know that there are replay and then I can watch it. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome. Good. Thank you so much,
You have a
everyone. You
wonderful
guys have a,
evening.
yes, you too. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.